Hello traders and welcome back to the Risk Spirit channel. I'm here live from St. Petersburg and I'm glad to be here with you today because today we are gonna make a crazy ass weekly forex analysis. So if you are new to the channel, click the subscribe button. If you are not, I don't give a fuck. So let's get started, guys. Crazy moves are going to happen in the market, and we are right here right now with you, ready to take advantage. So let's make the plan. Okay guys, back on the charts. We're here, we have the cup of coffee. I'm gonna take a sip, have a drink, and start with the weekly forex analysis. So cheers and let's get started. This coffee I make is delicious, just perfect. So let's get started, guys. Euro USD, the daily chart. As you can see, we have had a very strong rally to the upside, and now price is pulling back to find a little bit more support on the lows. And as you can see, guys, in the previous video we have spoken about mini resistance right here on these lows. So I expected the price to pull back a little bit, hopefully to this little support zone right here. So it didn't happen. Price just continued going up and stopped around these highs, which is interesting because now straight after that, we have sold pretty nicely on the Euro USD. So price found a little bit of support right here, which is actually a very good zone. I didn't enter a trade even though I have monitored this chart. So if price pulls back again, maybe not back to the green zone, but just even a little bit above, I'm ready to take buys on this pair, especially if we get a good signal. So if we pull back to this previous high, it would be interesting for me to enter longs and continue with the current trend. So the first target will be this high over here, and that is something that I would like to trade. Okay, and overall price right here pretty bullish still, even though on the weekly chart you can see that price have closed with the some sort of a harimi or candle indecision. Anyways, I expect continuation to the upside. Now let's move to the next chart and see what we have on the GBP USD. And if I don't take the Euro USD trade, I will definitely take the GBP USD trade if I see a little bit more of a pullback to the downside. So in the previous video analysis, I have spoken about this area, which on the weekly is a pretty clear support and resistance. So I was waiting for exactly this, and since price touched again this mini support on the 1 hour and have created this engulfing pattern, I have entered a buy trade, but after some time I have exited because I didn't see enough buyers and sellers to make some difference. So currently pricing is in a range, so we expect it to get broken soon. If it gets broken to the downside, I'll be interesting to buy from this green area right here. This also matches with the Fibonacci numbers. So as you can see, we have the 38.2 and the 50% right there. So if price gives us such a pullback and a nice bullish signal, I'm ready to jump in again, long position to the previous highs, back to these previous highs right here. I can also talk about one trade which I entered in the last Friday, I guess, but it didn't make it. So it was this expansion wedge pattern. So this is a wedge that is expanding over time, and I expected after a breakout to see a move nearly as big as is the size of the wedge. Okay, so I just took the target and set a take profit target a little bit above these highs, but it didn't happen. Actually, we have had a nice push, but price rejected from the previous highs, so I actually ended up with a small loss on this trade. I was close but didn't hit my take profit target. So we have another opportunity on the next week if price pulls back to the downside and we can get some nice support. It would be amazing. So let's move to the next chart, guys. We have Euro GBP. So currently price is consolidating right here. You can see on the daily chart I have marked two important zones. So the one right here, I'll make it a little bit more fat, and the one right here. So this can even be moved a little bit lower, like this, let's say. And you see that price is currently consolidating around this area. So we need to wait the price to break above or below this area in order to take any trades on this pair. So right now this chart is pretty choppy, even though it is in a downtrend. I'm not really interested in trading this pair for now. So let's move to the next one. Euro JPY, super bullish, as you can see. Here what we can be doing is wait for a pullback to these previous highs, which was a resistance. Now it is a support for the price. So if we get a pullback, we have a very big chance to find support and to continue go higher. Let's use this arrow, and that is what I expect. If not, price is currently super trending to the upside, so it looks pretty unstoppable. So the same thing on GBP JPY. Let's see where is that. Okay, you can see pretty strong chart. Nothing can stop it for now. So the only thing we can do is wait for a correction or enter some low time frame moves, which can be also pretty profitable. For example, if you have taken any of these bullish opportunities, you could make money. Even something like this or this, that could make you some scalp money. So let's move to the next one, guys, and let's see USD ZAR. This is something interesting. So in this chart I have shared one setup on my Facebook profile. So it was a head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart. So as you can see on the 4-hour chart, you can you can check it on the 1-hour chart. So this is a perfect example of a inverse head and shoulders pattern. So you have the downtrend, okay, and you have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So I have just marked this thing and waited for the price to break above this price. So it happened somewhere here with this engulfing candle and with this pin bar. Now this pin bar is usually a rejection signal, so this is important for the beginners, and it could end up easily on the with a rejection to the downside. But what is actually going on? If we go to the lower time frame, for example the half-an-hour chart, you can see this breakout was actually valid, and we have close above the neckline. So we have candle close above the neckline, and that is our signal for a long position. So I have entered somewhere here and exited just on this high, and that was my target, because the target is usually about the size of the head. So we applied, and we see that price have reached that level perfectly. My stop loss was below the shoulder. Later I have moved it a little bit above, but anyways, that is the trade in the past. Now let's see the bigger picture. We have the daily chart. Currently price is recovering. For how much time this will continue, nobody knows, but I want to remind you that we have this trend line that is now being tested. So if we break it and continue above, we can easily get back to this daily or weekly resistance. You can see it right here, this whole green level. So the next target will be this previous high, and that is interesting setup. Also, we have very strong support area right here, which seems like is now respected since we're closing above it. So if we get any type of pullback to this previous zone, that can be interesting to look for buy opportunities around this area, and that is for this market. So pullback, correction, 50% on the Fibonacci or something like this, and the continuation to the upside. That is interesting setup on this chart. Let's move now to the next one, but first I'll make a stop. Okay guys, so we have gold, and something incredible is happening here. As you can see on the weekly, we have this resistance right here. Okay, this on the weekly chart. So we have the rejection candle in the previous month, and currently we are going down, which is a little bit in a contrary to my previous weekly forex analysis, because if we go back to the daily, we have spoken about something, this consolidation right here, which I expect to be broken to the upside. Okay, and in fact this thing didn't happen even after such a beautiful pin bar on the 4-hour chart. We didn't have a confirmation, didn't have other green candles, so it all went bearish. And what I'm seeing on this chart, so let's close my trades and see together what I see. So I see this big consolidation right here, and what I expected after we have broken to the downside, I expected a retest on the very same consolidation and a continuation to the downside. So I waited for this retest and entered a sell trades on this pair. And this is something interesting because it happens over and over and over. It's a beautiful pattern and you all can trade this. So we have the rectangle pattern, and since the price pulls back to retest its resistance, we enter a short trade and we expect a move nearly as big as the whole consolidation. So this is exactly what I'm doing here. So that is the size of the consolidation, and that is the move that I'm expecting to see on gold. So in Friday, during the news, price pulled back to the upside. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the best price. It's pretty nice aligning with the resistance. Anyways, I couldn't get that. I went a little bit lower and added to my position even smaller position. So here, where is the stop loss? You can set the stop loss above this signal, for example, like I have did here, or you can set it above the 50% of the consolidation, which is somewhere here, and it is good stop loss level because we have also this highs right here, which is a sort of a mini resistance. So firstly my stop loss was here, then nothing happened, price just continued to the downside, and I decided to lower my stop loss and to add one more trade. So let's see on Monday if price can continue go down. In my opinion, that is a beautiful target because we also have some lows here in the past, and that can act as a support. Also we have some highs here, so price can continue pretty easily to the downside. On the daily we have a rejection candle, so I'm pretty confident about this trade. Will price of gold continue to fall down? Maybe it is possible to drop down to this previous high or even lower to this support level right here. And that is something that we can all expect. Another beautiful support is this level right here around 1854. So I will mark that also, and let's see what we'll have on gold. So let's move to the next chart, guys. We have the US30, which is currently at a very interesting support zone. Let's see if it will get broken or it will hold and push the price back up. Okay, in my opinion, Our price is currently pretty much inside the zone, so we have to wait and see at least one session to see where price is headed. But anyways, I have entered one trade on the NAS 100 just after this correction. I expect to see another push to the upside, so we have had one day of a push, but that was all. So we're currently going back. I have my stop loss, so we'll see how this trade will play out. Also, I can set my stop loss below these previous highs, which is now area of support, and price can easily test that zone. So let's see how this market will go. My take profit is just this previous high, so nothing too much interesting here. Overall, on the daily, price is super bullish, so I'm going with the trend. I agree, it's a little bit late on the trend, but sometimes such trends continue for days and weeks. On the weekly, we're pretty bullish, but we're already getting a red signal on the weekly chart in interesting zone of resistance, so the one right here. So let's see how this trade will play out, and let's move to the next chart. So what else to see? USD CAD is pretty bearish so far. We have broken this support level, so for me this can continue a little bit more to the downside, probably to this little area right here. As you can see, pretty significant zone in the past, so maybe from there we can wait for some bullish signals or something like this. Also, I see some trend line here, which is also another thing that can give support to the price. And that's it for this weekly forex analysis, guys. I want also to check out Bitcoin with you, but I'm gonna switch to trading view so we can see the full chart. Bear with me. Okay guys, so this is the Bitcoin chart, the daily chart, and as you can see, we have a very beautiful flag pattern which got broken, and now we're going bullish. That is beautiful thing. Here I have spoken about one very important support zone, but let's see how we mark these zones right here. I'm not using too often the trading view. Let's do this with the horizontal line. So this was our support, exactly the 25,000s, and you can see that in the past it acted as a resistance, so now it is support for the price. We also have this flag pattern calmly forming and just waited for some bullish news so it can break out and give pretty nice profits. As you know, the flag pattern, you can just take the size of the flag and apply it after the breakout, and this is the target you take as a take profit target, and this is exactly the same target that we are getting right now. So that target is confirmed. Now what we are waiting for is to see if this resistance area will hold. So we have the high here, we have the highs here, and see if this will hold and we will have a pullback, or it will break out and we can continue looking for a bullish setup. So if it breaks out and then pulls back to the support, we can also look for bullish signals for a bullish continuation. And that is the interesting thing here on the Bitcoin. If we get a pullback before the breakout, we can look for a support on few different levels. Okay, so the first level will be these previous lows right here. As you can see here, price stopped for a while, and also we can how to move this thing, guys. Okay, let's just do it like this. Another very interesting for me zone is this support right here. Okay guys, and that's it for this weekly forex analysis. If you like this video, click the like button. If not, then I wish you good luck, successful trading week, and see you in the next videos guys. Peace.